when Jimmy gets his little bro, Jason Tatum, in a headlock, it's over. We own them all. We own the East. Like, we've gone to the finals 2 of the last 3-4 years. Like, we own the East. The East is ours again. We're going to steamroll the East like we always do. We'll play in some close series. Get people like, oh my God, can we beat the Heat? You can't beat the Heat. No one can beat the Heat except, the Nuggets beat us last year. But that was the finals. So, talking about the East here.
What's good, everybody? We're here. We're in a different setting. It's the same kind of vibe today, but a different place. We're here at VGW Studios, which we just did a segment showcasing some of the art and seeing, kind of Vic's world here, to say the least. A bunch of creative art, and we have some of it back here. And we got a bunch of cool jerseys back here. There's some up here behind the camera as well. But, you can see we got a Sean Taylor Gulliver jersey, which is insanely sick. You got John Jay, you got Machado, you got Tyler Hero, we got Duncan, Antron Roll, and then we got a Strus jersey back there. We got a bunch of jerseys. And then there's some over here, Gabe Vincent. So we're in a different setting today. Obviously very sport-esque, I would say.
100%.
But, pretty badass.
Yeah, super badass.
So shout out to Vic for letting us get in here.
His artwork is awesome. Like, definitely check him out. It's this place is sick. You got to come by and check this place.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a bunch of events here now too, so people will be able to appreciate it. But here we are. We're in the sports room, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a bunch of different stuff today.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk some March Madness. We're gonna talk Panthers, obviously, as we wrap up the year. We're gonna talk some Miami Heat. We're on the final stretch of the season, so this is when these guys become more relevant. I know we haven't spoken much, but here we are. It's peak time. It's go time.
100%. So this is when we shine.
This is when both these teams.
This
shine.
is when Heat season really starts. Cats obviously. Both teams made the run last year, but Cats took that next step, went on that Stanley Cup run last year.
Yeah.
Now they're looking like one of the best teams in the NHL, if not the best team.
Yeah.
I know, coming off a little bit of a 4-game lose streak, we did just beat the Flyers.
We did. We needed that win.
I've got the Boston game on here because we can clinch tonight.
It feels like a playoff game
so,
right now.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool Cats action, and the summertime is literally it's unreal with both NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs running concurrently. You got a bunch of big golf tournaments, all the majors. So we got some really cool stuff. And speaking of majors, we are hosting a Masters watch party at the Tank Brewery, April 13th, Saturday at noon. We'll be there pretty much the whole day.
All day.
Discounts on drinks. We'll be there selling some merchandise, doing a raffle, drinking some beers. So we'd love to see as many of you guys out there. It'd
come
be
out.
huge.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Good tournament, obviously. Number one tournament of the year. Maybe the best all year.
Yeah.
No better place to do it. Like Dave said, we're going to be selling some merch there.
Yeah.
Which we got some cool stuff that we're dropping. You've seen some of it. There's going to be some new stuff.
Yeah.
That you guys are going to be able to see. You can purchase it there. Purchase it online beforehand. We'll be dropping that soon. And some cool giveaways, which that'll be cool. We'll see what that goodie bag looks like at the end of it. But I think we're going to compile some nice stuff there. And it'll just be a good time. I'm excited. So if you're a golf guy, a beer person, whatever it is, or you just want to hang out, come on by. It's going to be a good time.
Swing by the Tank. Shout out Tank.
Yes, sir. But let's get into some March Madness.
Yes.
It's been madness, to say the least.
It always is. Like, no
it's
matter what.
It's crazy how you think it might not hit it. The expectation is always going to hit it.
Yeah. Damn it, Boston scored. But yes, it's crazy because obviously last year's March Madness, there were so many upsets and like deep runs. You had FAU making a run to the Final Four. Even Miami made a run. San Diego State, and even UConn wasn't technically the 1 seed, but UConn obviously was the best team. They won it all, but you had a lot of these deep runs by a lot of teams that don't normally make deep runs, and a lot of big upsets. And then this year, Not as many upsets. Still some though. You still got
There's
some big
been
ones.
some, but they haven't made those runs.
Yeah, Oakland beating Kentucky,
and they almost won again.
Yes.
Their second game that they won into OT.
Exactly. You got Grand Canyon beating St. Mary's. Like you got definitely some of those. I mean, Clemson just beat Baylor. So you definitely still got those upsets, but you got in a lot of really good games. And then now we're lined up for the Sweet 16, which it's still more. I mean, it's top heavy because again, we don't really have a true Cinderella. I guess Clemson's probably, or Texas Tech maybe. Clemson, Texas Tech, one of them is probably
the lowest seed.
I think it's Texas Tech if I'm not mistaken, but it should set up for a bunch of really good games. I mean, you've got Houston and Duke, Gonzaga, Purdue. You've got
NC State's an 11 seed.
NC State. So NC State probably is the deepest.
And then you got Clemson, that's a 6 seed.
Yeah. You got Clemson, Arizona. You got UNC. UNC somebody good. Who does UNC have? UNC.
They got Bama this week.
Bama. So you've got a lot of really good matchups this Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And so it should be some really crazy games. I mean, the Texas A&M Houston game.
That game was wild.
That game was nuts. I mean, Houston is in overtime, and they've basically got 4 of their 5 starters fouled out. You got Texas A&M hitting a crazy 3 to send it overtime, and then Houston's able to still overcome it.
I do think that this weekend's going to be nuts.
I think it's going to be crazy.
I think it's going to be. I think a lot of the matchups are very, they're very even, right? Like I don't think, like you were saying, there's not the true Cinderella. Like obviously you have your hot teams, like UConn obviously still looks really dominant.
Yeah.
But again, it's March Madness. Anything can happen, and I do think that maybe we get that 11th seed to make it to the Elite Eight.
Who are they playing?
They're playing. Let me tell you. I'll tell you right now. They're playing Friday against Marquette, which I really like Marquette.
I like Marquette too, but
Marquette's 6.5 point favorites in that game.
It could be. I mean, listen. I mean, Marquette's very good. I mean, all the teams. Listen,
I think Connecticut has been double-digit favorites in every game.
Well, deservingly so.
Yeah.
They are killing everybody.
They're 33-3.
They look like they're primed for a repeat. And I mean, for me, my four, the other actually really good game is Tennessee Creighton. So I've got 4. Ah, damn it.
They scored again?
Yeah.
Ah, damn, that happened fast.
That's not good. Anyway, we'll get to the Cats. But my final 4, I've got UConn, I've got Houston, I've got Arizona, I've got Tennessee. All 4 still alive. I've got futures on all 4 of them to win the whole thing. It's right now it's looking like UConn is almost unbeatable. I really like how Houston's looked. And, I mean, Tennessee and Arizona both look really good, and UNC's looked really good. So
Houston's got a chip on their shoulder for sure because, I mean, dude, they've been in this position already now a few years, it feels like, and they haven't been able to put it together late on these runs. So, like, this is their time to prove that they're a top program in college basketball and be able to finish, you know, at least make it to the make it to the Final Four and win, you know? Well,
and same with, honestly, on the same note, Purdue. Like
Purdue too.
Purdue was, I mean, the 1 seed obviously this year, their 1 seed last year got knocked out first round by a 16 seed.
I think I actually picked Purdue to win it all in the beginning of the season, so I got to look at my bets.
They're still alive. They're looking really good. But I don't know. I sense the Purdue. Well, first off, I've got Tennessee. I've got Tennessee coming out of that side. So I think I have Purdue going to the Elite Eight and then losing to Tennessee. Anything can happen though. They've got that guy. Oh my God, what's his name? It's like not Giddy.
Big dude.
The massive dude.
7'4"
guy.
He's a beast.
It's Zach Edey.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He is a beast. And he's like a tough. I mean, especially in college, it's like who's gonna like cover him?
It's not. Yeah, you don't really have a guy to match up on that.
Yeah. So, I think it's going to be an awesome, unreal weekend. So,
yeah, I'm excited. I do think there's going to be a crazy Sweet 16, and it'll progress until the Final Four.
We got to do brackets next year.
We do
have brackets. We just didn't do it on the show.
We didn't announce it.
Maybe we'll do that. We can start a pool too for
100%. That'd be cool. I mean, this is actually the first year I didn't do a bracket at all.
Oh, you didn't do one at all?
I didn't do one.
I got a couple.
I kept saying I was going to do it, and I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great every year. I enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
Thursday.
Right? Tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, so Thursday.
Lose track of time here.
I've been in here for 7 days. I don't remember anything. I also haven't eaten. I'm starving.
Yeah.
On that note, little magic mind to get me through the pod.
Yeah.
Best transitions.
That was a good one.
Come on,
that was a good
Pooch.
one.
Come on, Pooch. That was a transition. This guy's starving. He's about to
I'm
be.
starving, so I'm gonna drink something.
I'm getting my no, I just gotta stay focused. I'm getting my 21 calories in here, my nice vitamins, my matcha, my what else? My nootropics, a little bit of everything, But gotta get through these pods, dude. The two recordings in 2 hours. You need some magic wine too.
I can use some magic.
Pooch needs some
sleeping
magic
back there. Pooch, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm standing right over the camera. I'm the most active person in here right now.
Pooch needs some magic wine.
Yeah.
If you need some magic wine, link in the bio. You can find it there. Got a great discount on these right now.
Yes.
Do the subscription and you get an even better discount if you subscribe to like their 15 and 30 pack. Trust me, I've been using these every morning.
It's super worth it.
Dave is just on a tear lately with these things. I mean,
honestly, it's.
Why do you think he's got a perfect Final Four bracket right now?
Come on,
I mean, come on.
I had one of these bad boys right before I filled out my bracket.
A little magic wine.
Yeah.
Just saying. So what else we got? So we got the Cats playing right now. We got the Heat playing right now. We got an empty goal there. What's going on there?
No, we got 44 seconds left. They just iced it.
Oh god,
so
44 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, we're empty net right
Guys,
now.
you're watching
this
this
is gonna be a
live.
live reaction.
A live
I don't know if this
reaction.
will make good pod, but we've got to watch this. I mean, it's literally. Oh, we can talk Cats while we're watching.
Yeah. Let's talk some Cats. It's we look like we were dominating, and we were
dominating.
But we are cooling off. It seems like at a bad time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're cooling off. I don't know if it's like we're just kind of in this cruise control space right now before we get into the playoffs. But we don't look like the same team. We're giving up a lot of goals. That's the thing that's worrisome to me. We're still scoring somewhat.
But at least it's the good teams, right? Like we're not like.
No, we're playing good teams, 100%.
I mean, we should have won some of these games.
Yeah, we've been dominant, and now all of a sudden we don't look like the same team. We're not scoring goals as at the clip we were.
I know we missed a few players like the last few games.
Yeah, we did. This is Barkov's first game back.
Okay.
This is
that's a big guy to get back.
This is somebody else.
I mean, we're head to head with the Bruins. Obviously
these
that's
are the top
our rival
teams
and our
right
top
now.
two teams. But
so, listen, the Cats. There was a little part of me that was a little worried about the streak, but I'm like, because you don't want to get cold at this time. Because literally, us last year, the reason one of the biggest
we
reasons
were
made
hot.
that one, not only that we were hot, is that we were
playing
every game we were playing to get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, technically we're not clinched yet, but
we're right up there.
We're right there.
And we're fighting for the one seed.
President's Cup trophy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't. We can't let up. Like, this would be. I mean, if we can score here in 4% and send this overtime,
we love doing that.
We love doing that. The cardiac Cats.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about the Cats. I think the Cats are. I think they're even better than last year. I think we're one of the most physical teams out there. We score with anybody. Bob's had a great season. I know. Obviously, his last.
Get in.
Did you score?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. Where'd it go?
Solid.
Okay, it's still ours though. But it's still like this team has the makings of another cup run. We've got that more experience now. We did it. I mean, obviously the last few years, we've been making the playoffs, but oh my god,
get in! How did that not get in? Oh, bro, that was a great look.
Oh my god, it's a great look. All right, 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds.
All right. Come on. Got those. Give me something. Oh god. No game.
Yeah, damn it. At least fight.
Let's fight.
There you go.
Fight. Come on. Swing.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There
we go. All right. At least send him home with a bruise.
Come on. We want to win in front of the home crowd against the Bruins. God damn it. Who do we want in the first round? Like if you had to pick a team based off like kind of like the way the seeding looks like right now, who is it that would be a favorable matchup? I hate playing that game, to be honest.
Me too, because it's anybody, especially in hockey.
I hate playing that game.
In hockey, the Heat are gonna lose too. I got crushed today. So in hockey, it's hard because like again, we were the 8 seed, and 8 seeds beat 1 seeds like all the time in hockey because it's just like it's that crazy of a tournament.
We saw it last year. We were that team.
So teams I would rather not face in the first round. I mean, I actually would love to face Washington. I think that'd be a great matchup for us. Because I mean, they're kind of on a little roll right now, which is obviously. But like, if you're putting them against Tampa, I mean, it'd be sick to have Tampa Bay. It's just I don't.
I feel like we've had Tampa's number all year this year, though.
They yes. Well, I mean, we smoked them in
Yeah,
Tampa,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still like that. Like that's a
the
hot
rivalry
start.
aspect
That's like
of
a
it,
start
hostile.
that you might not want to go right into. I mean, listen, I'm not really scared of anybody. So like any of these teams, we'll take. I'm not scared of Toronto either. So like I'll take Toronto.
What is it that you think that's happened though? That we were what seemed to be this insane
Injuries,
force 2 weeks ago. You think injuries were part
injuries
of that?
don't help. They're definitely part, especially like when you're losing a guy like Barkov.
No, of course, Barkov's
and
a big.
I think, I don't think it was Verhaeghe. It was either Verhaeghe or it was somebody.
Yeah, you're talking about
Bennett's
two of your
been
top.
missed a little bit.
Okay.
So like, that's probably the main thing. But like, you can't let up. Like this game, obviously Boston's a great game. It can go either way.
You got that goal late to make it 3-2, and you gave up 2.
4 minutes
It's like
left,
where's the defense late?
Yeah,
that's the part that's more worrisome to me. It's like we're letting up a lot of goals.
Yeah,
that's the part that's a little worrisome, especially with leads.
Yeah,
you need to be able to hold on to leads or at least keep up the scoring in those situations. And that seemed to be the team we were a couple weeks ago. We don't seem to be that team. Maybe it's the injuries. We've cooled off a little. It's obviously impossible to stay that hot for that long.
It's such a long season, but
hopefully these next 8 games we can kind of find something, find a momentum
back again. Because you have to go into the playoffs with that momentum and
feeling
and
something.
Feeling again.
You don't want to.
So.
What you don't want is like that little bit of like a lost feeling. Like you're capable of it, but something's just not clicking. The timing's a little off. Defense is a little off. Whatever that might be, guys are not in the right spots.
Yeah.
You don't want that going into the
100%.
playoffs, and we have a target on our back. Obviously,
everyone hates us. And I love that.
I love it, and I hate it. I love it, and I hate it. I love it when we're playing our good hockey. I don't like it when we're playing like our B+ hockey.
Everyone's coming for the king. I mean, we're still the king of the East technically, and so everyone's gonna play extra hard against us.
Yeah.
It can also bring out the best of our guys.
You got to stay healthy,
and you got to just stay healthy. Because I mean, what really killed us in the Vegas series last year was we had nobody. We had gone through the ringer of. I mean, we went 7 with Boston. I mean, we had a 8-7 whatever overtime game against Carolina.
And that was and
then obviously Toronto too. Like, I mean, we went through Gauntlet. Our guys were banged up, and it obviously showed in the Stanley Cup. But this team, we can stay healthy. I mean, I expect nothing but lifting up the Stanley Cup this year. So that's the goal, and that's where I think we're gonna go. So I think we'll be celebrating a parade on Las Olas.
Little Stanley Cup final, little
Heat final again.
Heat final, and then come February 2025, holding up the fucking was it Lombardi?
Dude, you skipped October.
Oh, true. The Miami Marlins.
Speaking of the Heat, though, like the Heat is almost the other end of the spectrum in terms of like it's again like I don't really regular season. I'm not afraid of the Heat. Like in terms of like
we were in this exact same position that we're in right now last year.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like you don't want to do that to yourself every year.
No, but with the Heat, that we do it, but
I trust them
it is
so
what
much
it is at this point.
I trust them so much, and I like the team so much that I'm still not worried about him.
I feel like we haven't even seen Jimmy this year.
Well, he missed tonight. He's sick, but that's the thing. Let him.
I don't care.
Let him unlock
I
into
don't
the playoffs.
care.
But I don't want to be in the playing game again. I just get us at least into.
What is that situation
I want the
look like right now?
So bad.
I would love that
because we play right now the Cavs, who we own the Cavs all year.
Yeah, we do own them.
I am also not scared of the Knicks. So if it ends up being the Knicks, I'm not scared of the Knicks. I love.
Did you see my comment today on the PGA tour of?
No, I haven't seen it.
I put Heat in 5.
Oh, I love that.
Comment.
I love that.
A bunch of people started liking it, but then a couple people were like, "Yo, Heat or ass." I'm like,
we
smoked them last year.
I'm not scared of New York. Those bums,
and we went to the finals last year.
Poverty franchise in the Knicks. You got the bums up in Boston who love their regular season phenoms. They're gonna suck and choke in the playoffs. You heard it here first. Milwaukee, still no chemistry. Dame's coming to Miami next year. And did I miss anybody? No, the rest are freaking bums. So the Heat, we're going back to the finals. We'll probably
the team that looks extremely dominant is the Celtics. So I know
they are very good. They are very good, but
dude, they're beating teams by like 20, 30 points.
Listen, when Jimmy gets his little bro Jason Tatum in a headlock, it's over. I mean, that team.
Now they don't have Grant Williams to like.
They're a bunch of softies. That's what they are.
Yeah,
they're a bunch of softies.
We do own Drew a little bit.
Dude, we own them all. We own the East. Like we've gone to the finals 2 of the last 3-4 years. Like We own the East. The East is ours again. It runs through South Beach. There's nothing that can tell me otherwise. I don't care where we end up. And I know we don't look great right now. We're still dealing with, Hero's out. Kevin Love's out. Jimmy's been out a lot. We got the same amount of games as the Panthers. We're fine. We're going to steamroll the East like we always do. We'll play in some close series. Give people like, oh my God, can we beat the Heat? You can't beat the Heat. No one can beat the Heat except, the Nuggets beat us last year. But that was the finals. So talking about the East here.
So right now we're a game back of Indiana. We're
going to be 2 games.
We're about to lose. So I mean, you're talking how many games left? Like 6 games, maybe 2.
I think it's like 8.
We got 2 here in March, and then about 10 games left. So yeah, we still got time to make a move.
Yeah,
I would like to be about a game back with like 5 games left.
Yeah, or already claim it.
You're out of the play-in, right? 6 seed, you're not in the play-in.
Yes,
6 seed, you're not playing. It's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
How far away from the 5th seed?
Oh, that's pretty much out of reach. I mean,
it might not be.
No, with 10 games left, we're 3 games. We'll be 4 games back.
Who's the 5th seed right now?
Magic.
We're gonna be the 2 seed.
Bro, the Magic, I love their theme song.
What is it?
It's like Orlando Magic.
No, I haven't seen that
I
actually.
love their TikTok.
Really?
How the hell is Orlando the 5 seed?
I know, that's actually insane.
Speaking of
drafting top 5.
Speaking of steamrolling teams, we would steamroll. Like the Magic actually.
I'm not scared of them.
They might actually have to call the series.
Bro, Boston is 32-3 at home.
Yeah, they clinched like weeks ago. They're having a crazy good year.
They only have 15 losses.
They're going to use all their energy. Yeah, the Lakers
Golden
or the Warriors
State,
or either one.
Dallas and Phoenix. That's gonna be fucking gas.
Yeah, they're fighting.
And Houston's right there in the bubble because they're hot right now. They've won 9 in a row.
Yeah.
They've won 9 in a row.
It's crazy.
All those signings they made from Brooks.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Dylan Brooks' face
I
ever.
I love Dylan. I honestly,
You like him?
I love Dylan Brooks.
I thought he was a huge Miami Heat.
I wanted him on the Heat so.
I would love him if he was on the Heat. I hate him. He's that guy. He's like Lance Stevenson back in the day.
Yeah, but I always hated Lance when we played him, but Lance the character is who I want on my team.
The villain.
The villain. I want a bunch of villains. Jimmy's a villain. Whether you like him, Jimmy's my favorite player. He's a villain. I love him.
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan will cook.
Yeah, Duncan will cook. Hero's going to come back.
That's who we need. We need Hero to be hot, and we need Rozier to. He's playing really well.
He's playing really well. I love Rozier. I love that signing, and
I was having this conversation. Do you think we have a better lineup this year or better lineup last year?
Technically we have a better starting lineup this year in terms of like.
I think we're generally deeper.
I think we're better this year as well. Because it's hard because you had such incredible playoff runs by guys like Gabe Vincent.
Of course,
and
those playoffs performances were great, and we're not taking anything away from those guys.
Rozier is better than Gabe Vincent, right? But Gabe Vincent was so good, had those great games, and we have stuff. Caleb.
And Gabe Vincent would just do so much on both sides of the ball.
But again, Terry Rozier is way better. He's awesome. Terry's been awesome, and I think the team is better now. Jaime's
been he's cooled off a little bit, but he's still a very valuable asset.
I was hitting on that pig.
No, it's huge. Yeah.
No,
the
guys
team is better. The team
guys
is better.
like last year, we had Gabe Vincent, we had Strus.
We just need guys to perform,
and those guys had crazy good runs last year.
We're not big.
But we relied so heavy on the 3 ball last year, and it worked. It worked. It was good defense with great 3-point shooting.
We relied on the 3 ball.
This year, I don't think we're that.
Jimmy Butler.
And then Jimmy, iconic Jimmy performances. Iconic Jimmy performances. This year, I don't think we're gonna rely on that. I think we'll get some iconic Jimmy performances again.
Yeah, we always do.
40s, 40 spots and stuff like that. But I do think a Bam is going to have some 20, 30-point games.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think that a Rozier might drop for 20, 25. You know? It's the guys like Duncan, like Jaime, even Jovic.
Yeah.
Those guys, I think those 3 guys, if we can get them to score consistently, it doesn't have to be all 3 of them, obviously, but if you can get one of them to give you 15 to 18 a game consistently, on top of whatever Tyler can give you.
We'd be beating people at 50.
Bro, I mean, but that's the team that we have right now. That's why I think we're deep from the scoring side. When we can score in so many different ways. Obviously, Tyler Hero is really good at creating his shots, right?
Yeah.
Rozier, same thing. Jimmy, obviously great driving, gets to the free throw line. Yeah. And Bam's learning how to spread the floor a little bit more too. And that's what you need. You need Bam almost to because what happens with Bam is they ask so much out of him on both sides of the ball that he's gassed on the offensive side. And then he's being so physical trying to get in the post with some of these monsters down low that he's beat up. So if you can help alleviate some of that with, good defense, obviously, scoring from other places. It takes off some of the BAM, and then it opens up more opportunities for him to score when you think other guys are going to score.
He's so good on defense. Like,
bro, he's a beast. He's a freak
athlete.
athlete.
One of the best. He consistently
what
gets
he's able to do is
by the
insane.
Defensive player of the year award. Like the fact that he's not even in the
it's
conversation
robbery.
is insane.
It's robbery.
Like the last 3 years he should be, and then he's gotten way better on the offensive side. I mean, he's developed. Listen, he's not a perfect mid-range shooter, but he's added that to his back. Like 3 years ago, he really couldn't do any of that.
Yeah.
He's better at it now, and he's a better scorer. But yes, Bam, we have to obviously rely on him a lot because he
is that guy. He's our number.
He's our
guy. Number 2. Yeah.
But yes, like if we can get that help where other guys are stepping up, that's the key. I mean, that's what you have to have.
You need the role players.
The whole team. You need the role players. Well, let us outside of obviously Jimmy.
Your superstars are going to be your superstars in the playoffs.
You need the role players to step up in key moments. So hopefully we get that.
We will see. 10 games left. All right. Last thing on the docket is obviously we have the Florida swings over. So we are now into Texas before we go into Augusta. We got a good field this week, I think. It's a good tournament.
Field. It was a pretty solid field,
good to see a lot of guys playing in that, which is great. But something that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to get your POV on it, was Valspar actually was down 26% year over year on views, which is a crazy kind of statistic. What do you think that is?
It's a mix of things. It's the fact that obviously a lot of the stars are, they don't play every week.
Yeah.
While Valspar had a good field, a lot of them weren't in it really Sunday. Xander made a late run at it, but he wasn't really in it.
Right.
You've got a lot of kind of like, you've either got Scotty. Essentially, this year has been Scotty wins,
exactly, or a random
no-name wins.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's guys like
us
having
this conversation with
like guys like us or fans of the sport love to see. Obviously, we want to see stacked. Nothing's better than a stacked leaderboard. But like when a guy wins, like a Jake Knapp wins, like it's sick because like we might have found a new star.
Exactly.
People who watch it, like not regularly, and like they just like tune in, like they see the leaderboard, like there's nothing really crazy happening. Like they'll change. They're not that invested in it.
Yeah.
It hurts that a lot of these fields are they're very top heavy, but a lot of the guys. I mean, we know a lot more than the average Joe knows about a lot of these players. So that's why the Masters is always going to be the biggest draw.
Of course,
because it's not just a tournament, but
the venue
everyone
itself.
plays in it.
And
it's legendary. It's got history. But even like the players or Arnold Palmer, who are obviously big tournaments too.
Yeah.
A lot more people watch those because they're one elevated. You've got all the heavy hitters that are still on tour in that.
Yeah.
All these other ones are kind of fighting for that, that shine. And if there's not something crazy happening or there's not a heated race between some top of the guys, not everyone's
going to tune in. Appetizing. Yeah.
And so, it probably doesn't help. Like, we just went through 2 big events. People don't really even the Texas swing's probably going to suffer a bit.
I'm
Scotty's
curious.
I
wonder
stuff,
what to go to that point. I'm curious what the field looked like last year at Valspar. Was there more bigger names? Maybe that maybe that's why year over year that comparison. Because we just see that statistic, but we don't. I wonder I don't know what that field looked like last year. So maybe that obviously.
I think the field might have even slightly been better this year.
That's what I
think it's
thought,
more in terms
but I'm not sure.
I think it's more in terms of who's competing on Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You had a lot of guys miss. Harman missed.
But what is the PGA supposed to do about guys not being in contention on Sunday?
There's nothing they can do. You would essentially have to find these guys.
You could put them on TV, but they're irrelevant in the grand scheme of the tournament.
You have to make them big. Like Jake Knapp had a nice little run.
Of course.
And he had the bouncer story. He's got the mullet, long hair.
But they try to do that. They tell the story. Even a guy like this weekend that won, Peter Malnati.
Now they're diving into that. You see it a lot, like the yellow ball. And
it's after the fact.
But it's after the fact. But maybe if he's competing this weekend, more people might tune in. It's not the guy who won last year, and he's going up against Scotty.
Right.
I think you need some of the heavy hitters.
I think it's a weird growing pain too, because now Peter Malnati, I'm sure, gained X amount of fans now that he maybe never had, right?
Yeah.
And he did that for himself, obviously, by winning and just being in contention, obviously, because like you said, the yellow ball story was something that was really cool, and everyone was probably wondering that was watching it, why the hell is this guy playing with a yellow ball?
Yeah.
Super weird. But then you hear the story and you're like, damn, that's a pretty awesome story, right? So then he gets fans from it, and it's like this. The tour is in this weird limbo phase where a lot of these guys that people didn't know about are now getting to be learned, and you hope that maybe kind of folds over on the other side and like
100%.
gets more people to watch it. But
they need
the product's not bad. I think
the product's been.
hear me out on this, and it's got to be a discussion. Why in the world do they not do like a red zone style?
Well, don't get me wrong, that plays a huge part, and they did a really good job of the players about it. The coverage is really bad.
That's what I'm saying. But why not do? Look, think about this.
Sorry, PGA. The coverage needs to be fixed.
They know.
The players and the Masters do it right. The Masters app is also way better than the PGA app.
Yeah,
I mean, the Masters app you can watch every single person shot if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Liv does it better.
The cameras are there.
Liv does that. Liv, you can follow every single player if you want to.
Yeah.
You see way more golf shots. That's what people want to see. It's
but
littered with commercial.
You have a feed that has JT.
Yes.
Schauffele, maybe the guy that's in the lead, if it's not one of these guys, and maybe two other golfers on a panel. You know, you click on which one you want to hear the audio of, but you're seeing 6 different players' shots going on at once, like red zone style almost, right? And you have a guy commentating on everything, and you're like, okay, we're gonna pan to this. If there's a crazy hole out, you show it, and you're almost just showing the best of the best on the course. Come Saturday and Sunday, more contention, you focus more on that type of stuff. But come Thursday through Saturday, if there's a guy like Malnati that you've never seen it, but you were actually showcasing some of the awesome shots that he was showing on top of the JT stuff and all this other stuff.
A red zone with no commercial would be ideal. Like, obviously, it's just
I feel like that's such an easy thing for them to produce.
They could, but they won't make money off it. They make so much money off these advertisements.
Okay, but they could still incorporate advertising in it at some capacity.
Red zone doesn't really.
No, but not red
the NFL
zone.
Can.
I mean, but that.
The NFL is the NFL, though.
Right, but I'm saying if you could find a way,
and they do. They have like the little the Verizon and stuff, but
there's got to be some sort of ad placement that you can get in.
So many commercials, it's insane. I mean, the players, they got away with that. The players, they had 3 commercials, and those were the same commercials, and they ran them. They were very short. It was like they had main sponsors. It was Comcast and it was somebody else. They ran. I mean, I saw the same commercial 50 times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it was just like one commercial, and then you go back to the action.
Right.
Obviously, a lot of that, I mean, it's hard to do that for every tournament. Again, like the Valspar.
Yeah, they're trying to maximize on some of the smaller ones.
You kind of have to still take advantage, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Golf this year it seems to be taking a weird little hit.
I think it's just in a weird growing pain.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, all the Liv stuff doesn't help because listen, Liv's not getting a lot of viewership either.
No, they're not.
They're getting some, but they're not getting a lot.
Nowhere
but
near.
It's the fact that guys like Rahm and Brooks and those guys, DJ, are not on tour.
Yeah, that hurts.
You know, and
100%.
even last year, I mean,
but then again, you can make that same argument. Those same people that were watching Rahm and how many of them are going to go watch Liv? I don't think they really care that much to go watch Liv either because of that.
They're just going to wait for the big events.
Yeah,
because that's like, if unless you're a big golf like PGA fan like we are, no one's going to watch the Valspar. It's just like, I mean, especially also, let's be real. There was also March Madness this weekend.
Right, there's a lot going on.
I don't think March Madness lined up with Valspar last year. I could be wrong there.
That's a good point.
March Madness was a huge thing. I mean, March Madness is this weekend. These tournaments are going to take a hit. Mm-hmm. The weekend after, that tournament's going to take a hit. And then they've got nothing, and the Masters lines up perfectly.
Right.
And the Masters has no competition.
Yeah.
And even if it did, Masters would still be heavily watched.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's just people waiting for the big events, and you just got to get out of that phase, and you got to make new stars. Essentially, you got to make the new JTs, the new Brookses. Like, obviously, it's not easy, but that's the dream for them, and that's the route for them, because a lot of these guys went to Live. If you're not going to bring them back or let them play in some tournaments, you've got to fill those spots. And
it seems to be like that's the direction they wanted to go.
There's a lot of great players.
I don't know where they're going to net out in all of this.
It's you know, and obviously a lot of the conversations on like Twitter and stuff. It's just the way the world is right now. But
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. But I think they'll be fine.
It'll be all for the good.
What they need is like the players was awesome, because at the end you've got 5 guys competing for it,
right?
And it's nail biter toward the end.
Yeah,
you need more of those.
You need a
lot of these,
like the end.
You've got this guy's up 4 with 2 holes.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
You need a crazy Masters, like to get everyone back, like not back, but like a crazy Masters would draw hype for the next few events.
So you're saying if John Rahm's up by 3 strokes with 1 hole left, have him choke it and force a 4-man playoff.
Yeah, essentially. Well, it won't be Rahm. It'll be fucking Hav up there.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, so hopefully it turns around. But I mean, we'll be watching. So
yeah, a lot of good golf ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right, I think that about does it for today.
Yeah.
Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you guys like the setup today. I'm sure we'll be here more often. And we'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share,
nice.
comment.
Come to the tank.
You got anything to add in there? Stay tranquilo.
Stay tranquilo.
Hey.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Peace.